Science and technology are part of our everyday life. Our world would be inconceivable without electricity, antibiotics, or the internet, for example. But science and technology are also closely linked with economics, as most of the products that we use every day are created by companies that sell them in a market economy. A market economy is a system in which free agents, such as individuals or companies, can buy and sell their products freely. Supply and demand determines the price, and this implies that competition is essential in this system. Many companies want to create new products, so they invest large quantities of money and talent in innovation, research, and development in order to gain new customers and increase their benefit. Of course, companies must have benefits in order to survive, but we must remember that this cannot be the only purpose of a company. Companies also have a social and environmental responsibility. They should make their products in an environment that is safe. They must grant a good working conditions for their labor, and they must also respect the environment. Unfortunately, many companies don't do so. For example, when they relocate their production, they offshore their industries in order to make their products in countries that have a very permissive legislation in respect with pollution and very cheap labor, for example. Now, this is clearly unethical, and in order to prevent these things from happening, we have invented what we call deontological codes. A deontological code is a set of norms that establishes our duties, and deontological codes are especially important in many professions, such as medicine, finance, journalism, politics, etc. Now, unfortunately, making a list of our duties and obligations in a deontological code does not solve all the possible problems that may arise when we are at work. That's why sometimes ethics committees are necessary. For example, in hospitals, many times professionals face ethical dilemmas, situations when they have to decide between two different options, and both have serious advantages and disadvantages, so it's not easy to decide what to do. In such situations, it is essential to have the aid of an ethics committee, a group of experts that analyzes the moral issues involved and helps us to take the correct decision. Companies should also be environmentally and socially responsible. They should know that their only purpose is not to make money. Of course, making money is legitimate for a company. They need money to survive, but they also have a social and an environmental responsibility that must be taken into account. And we, individuals, also have a responsibility as consumers. We should always take into account how the products we buy have been produced. Have they been environmentally friendly? Have they taken into account the rights of the workers? Have they given labor a good and fair salary? Have the products been created according to all the legislation? Are they respectful with human rights? Whenever you buy something, please remember the importance of making a good choice and the responsibility you have as an individual and as a consumer as well.